Good morning, Rangers.
My name is Jack.
And I'm Leo.
And this is your Wednesday morning broadcast.
Today we've got a special story about changing leadership within our district.
We recently had the opportunity to speak with our new Superintendent of LISD and about his role and what the future of the district could look like.
The superintendent helps oversee all schools in the district and supports students, teachers, and staff.
Our reporter Barry sat down with the superintendent to discuss his priorities and information students should know regarding the district.
All right, start this off. What's your name?
My name is Chris Clark.
All right, perfect. And since stepping into the role of superintendent recently, what has the experience been like for you?
It's been a learning curve to it, certainly. As you know, probably, I originally started in this role as the acting superintendent. And so that gave me a little bit of time to step in a different way than where you're starting as the full permanent superintendent. And so I've had that chance to ease into the role a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so I've only officially been the permanent superintendent since last Thursday night. And so it's just been a couple of days, but mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm sure it's a lot. What made you step up from acting superintendent to permanent?
So when our previous superintendent decided to retire, the board was looking at options internally and selected me to be the one to lead the district through that transition. I've only been the permanent superintendent for just a few days officially. I would say that the biggest challenges we've been facing has been related to our budget and some of the decisions that we have had to make there. Of course, that impacts just about everybody in the district, so that is not pleasant to make those decisions, those hard decisions. But we've done it in a way that we've involved a large number of people so that we make the best decision possible.
At the March 12th meeting of the Leander ISD Board of Trustees, unanimously named Dr. Chris Clark the lone finalist for superintendent, putting him on track to lead more than 42,000 students across 49 schools.
LISD Board President Emma Smith said feedback from families and staff highlighted the need for student-centered leadership, transparency, and strong support for educators, qualities she says Dr. Clark brings to the role.
Honestly, the best part of this job is getting to go to schools and interact with students, or in situations like this where students come to me in a variety of different ways. I have a superintendent's advisory council that's made up of juniors and seniors. I go to all of those meetings. Those are really bright, outgoing students, and I enjoy working with them. And they're broken up into groups, and they're each working on problems that they have chosen to solve for the district. And so hearing their ideas just is very rewarding. They're doing a lot of great things for the district. But even beyond that, just going to schools and interacting with kids and teachers in a variety of different ways. I often get asked to be met with, students have different ideas for an app they're developing or a business they're developing, and they want some feedback or input. And I just enjoy those opportunities to see the amazing things our students are doing. Yeah.
And for some students that aren't aware about what you do for superintendent, what do you feel is the most important thing that students should know?
So I think as the superintendent, you make decisions, or you make sure that the people that you work with, there's a leadership team called the superintendent's cabinet that I work with, meet with weekly, making sure that those decisions are aligned with our vision as a district, but also for students' best interest are driving those decisions. Because I don't necessarily make all of those decisions, but I guide the culture within that team so that those decisions are made in alignment with those things.
And you've previously stated that you were a teacher beforehand. And so I just wanted to ask, how does being a teacher kind of reflect in comparison or contrast with your current position?
It's a totally different role.
Mm-hmm.
Both are very hard positions. Our teachers work very hard. My wife is a teacher in the district, and so I get to see firsthand the workload that she carries as a teacher. It's just a different type of work. So it's almost impossible to compare the two. I don't work directly with students day in and day out as a superintendent, where that is your primary role as a teacher in the classroom.
And I know that a lot of students will be watching this, but as well as staff, and I wanted to ask you, what's one important message that you would like students and staff to know across the district?
I think right now, these are definitely challenging times in public school, not just in Leander, but all due to funding. But Leander ISD is still, in spite of all the budget cuts and situations that we're dealing with, an amazing district. It's a place where students get a quality experience. We have great teachers, we have great principals, and so while we've had to weather some storms from a financial perspective, we are still doing our best to provide a quality experience for students.
We look forward to seeing how the district continues to support its students.
That's it for today's Ranger announcements. I'm Leo.
And I'm Jack. Thanks for watching.
Go Rangers.